Guys, what's going on? So look, you may be working a little bit more from home now than you ever have in your life. Totally get it. I'm used to working from home, so let me give you like 7 tips that will help you make working from home much easier. Oh yeah. Alright, so let's go. So you got maybe you have children that are running around the house that you've never had before. You're trying to work from home. Maybe your spouse is home. And you're thinking to yourself, man, like, how do I do this? I need some tips. I need to get focused. I need to be able to work from home. I need to do this. What can I do? Alright, let's go through. I've got 7 just kind of ideas for you, just things for you to think about. Number 1 is work from a list. Like a written list, like a piece of paper, a notebook. Write the things down that you're wanting to do, okay? Trust me, I'm super tech. My favorite tool for task and building out projects is Trello, actually. But there's something about just having a finite sheet of paper. My attempt is to try not to have more than like 10 items on a list, just kind of that I have to check off. If they're large projects that I'm working on in a day, I probably won't have more than like 3. They're always on the paper. You're focused on them. You're looking at them. And you can work from them. You can scratch it off. You can put a check mark by it. It's very satisfying to be able to do that. It's really cool. So use paper for that day's projects. So again, you're probably using, like I said, Trello or some other tool to organize your online tasks. But when it comes to that day, put it on paper. Number 2, take scheduled breaks with what you're doing. You're going to be doing some hard work. You're going to be sitting down, maybe focused, in a room for long periods of time. Take scheduled breaks. If you've never heard of the Pomodore method, try looking that up. So basically what you're doing is you're setting a timer, and there's a lot of apps that can do this for you automatically, both in your Chrome browser or on your phone. Or you can just set a timer manually for like 25 minutes. So what you're doing is you're basically setting a timer for like 25 minutes. You're working diligently on a single task at hand. You're doing it. When that timer goes off, you stop. You take a break. 3 to 5 minute break. Enjoy yourself. You come right back to it. And then once I think you go through like 4 of those, then you take a little bit longer of a break, 15 to 30 minutes. So definitely important for you to schedule breaks when you are working from home. All right, number 3, get dressed for the day. Which reminds me. All right, much better. Make sure you're dressed, fully dressed for what your normal working method is. If you wake up and you're in your underwear and your socks and you're comfortable and you go and you sit down in front of your laptop or whatever, look, that's fine, but I can tell you from experience that getting up, if you normally like do a workout or something, do that workout, get showered, change your clothes into your, your business attire, whatever your normal work outfit is. I know, t-shirt and my hat is kind of like normal for me actually, but like whatever that is, do it. It'll put you in the mindset of being focused and ready for work. It'll just help. So just do it, okay? Number 4, create a space that's distraction-free. Distraction-free workspace. I know you think you can work in the living room while your kid's playing on their game or doing their work, or your spouse isn't coming in and out or whatever, but create a dedicated space. I know you may be thinking, well, but I don't have a dedicated space. Well, do whatever you have to do. Do what you can. If you have to set up a corner of your bedroom into a makeshift office, one, I wouldn't recommend your bedroom because there's so many other distractions that can get you there. But find a space. If it's like the weirdest little hall closet that stores stuff and you can pull everything out of it and turn that into a doggone mini office, do it. Do whatever you have to do to create dedicated space where you can go and be distraction free and get your work done. All right, number 5, make sure you're checking in with your colleagues and your boss, especially your boss. Look, you're working from home now. You've never done this before. Like, now is your time to shine. Show your boss that you can actually not only work from home and be separated and not at the office or whatever, but now's the time to show your boss that actually you can kill it. Like, you can do so much better from not having to commute, from not having to have like unnecessary interruptions at work. Show them that you can actually do a better job, and this will pay off for you so much in the long run, especially if you're interested or looking at working remotely or not having to go into the office at least, 5 days a week or whatever consistently. All right, number 6, avoid fridge raids. I know it sounds really simple, no problem. The fridge is on the opposite side of the house. I'm not gonna raid the fridge. I'm not gonna do it. Just one thing you can do, and if you're following my earlier instruction about like, take scheduled breaks, obviously you're not just gonna randomly get up. You're gonna only get up when you have those scheduled breaks, but try not to make that break go into the fridge. So try to actually schedule ahead, like what you're gonna be eating that day, like snacks, because working from home can actually, when you have unlimited resources of snacks and food, you can gain weight just by working from home. So avoid raiding the fridge. Maybe even pull out the food that you're gonna be using. Maybe bring it to your desk space. That could even be your snacks, your lunch, whatever. I mean, that may be a little hardcore, but if you're going to raid the fridge, then you may want to do that. Actually, have your food that you're gonna be eating for that work day at your workspace. All right, last tip, number 7, give yourself rewards. Give yourself rewards. So when you have those breaks, like that task list that we talked about earlier, where you're gonna be working from that sheet of paper, maybe when you get done with project number 1, you get to reward yourself with, say, a walk around the neighborhood, or you get to check a social media app that you want to, or you get to phone a friend and catch up on a conversation. So give yourself task-based rewards. Now, don't let yourself do those things until you complete that project. And it may be, if you're doing that Pomodoro, the Pomodoro process or whatever it's called, like 25 minutes. Maybe you don't get it at the end of the 25 minutes. Maybe the second 25 minutes you don't. But maybe at the end of the third 25-minute segment, you complete that project. Then you get to give yourself that reward. One other bonus item that I want to mention is something called the Eisenhower matrix. So I myself have just gotten pretty big in doing this daily. In addition to like a list, this has become my list. Like, my list is always a mile long of stuff. I'm never gonna get to the end of it, but what this helps me do is it helps me figure out what's the most important items that I need to be focused on or working on for that day, right? So what this is a box, and up here it says urgent, up here not urgent on the top right. On the top left, it's important, and then less important down here. So my goal is to put the items I need to do in the appropriate boxes. I very rarely actually have items that land down here. If you get to the bottom right, you really don't need to even be doing those items. You should just scratch them off. But the top left is what's urgent and important. Those are the first items that I'm working on for that day. And over here, they're not urgent but important. If I complete the items over here, then I work on the items that are on this side. So Google that, Eisenhower matrix, really cool. And thanks for sticking around. Do me a favor, if you made it this far, like the video. It helps everything. It helps me, it helps the channel, it helps other people to be able to see it, because YouTube says, hey, you like this video, so we should send this to others. So if this was helpful for you, do me that favor and connect with me. Comment down below. Let me know what maybe other home work from home tips that you have or struggles that you're having, and I'd love to interact with you. So thanks, take care, be safe. Bye.